God is dead. Almighty God is laid in a new tomb to empty the graves of all their dead. Okay, let's turn to page 31, second stasis. You see how this works? And actually, if you're doing this congregationally, led by chanters, you even have to periodically, if you're doing the whole thing, raise the pitch again, because if you have the people singing, it will fall. And you do that without making a big deal of it. You just do it. It's page 31. And I'll start with the It Is Right. It is right to magnify you, O life-giving Lord. You have stretched out your most pure arms upon the cross, and have broken the enemy's power.
Your hands have made and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I may learn your commandments.
It is right to magnify you, O Creator of all. We are free from passions through your passion, and delivered from corruption.
Here you shall see me and rejoice, because I have hoped in your word.
The earth quaked with fear, O Savior Christ. The sun hid itself, seeing you, the light that knows no evening, sinking in your body down into the tomb.
I know, O Lord, that your judgments are right, and that in faithfulness you have afflicted me.
You have slept in the tomb of Christ, a life-giving sleep, by which you have wakened all the human race from the heavy slumber of sin.
Let your mercy be ready to comfort me.
Go ahead.
According to your promise to your servant.
Alone among women, O my child, without pain I bore you. Now I cannot bear the pain I suffer. Said the Holy Virgin. Now let's go to the third, which is generally the people are very fond of this melody, page 53. Now here, here's what we're going to do. It's written in two parts again, melody and eson, and let's sing the first couple verses that way, and then when we get to the third, whoever wants can begin singing a perfect third above the melody. And that gives it, you'll see that when we sing it without that, it has a rather austere sound. And then when we add that third above, it will gain a certain sweetness that in contemporary Byzantine Orthodox experience, people, they like it very much, and perhaps it's a good thing because it's in contrast to this austere sound of what has preceded it. So. Every generation offers you its hymn of praise at your burial, O my God.
Look upon me and be merciful to me, as is your good pleasure for those who love your name.
The Erim of Theon, to murmuring women with foresight brought sweet spices and drew near to you, O my Christ.
Deliver me from the false accusation of men, that I may do your precepts.
Come with all creation, sing a hymn to honor the Creator's Redeemer.
Make your face to shine upon your servant, and teach me your statutes.
Let us with the murderers anoint as dead the living one, understanding what we do. So, how are we on the time? 5:29. Well, maybe it's a good place to stop unless you have some questions about anything, or yes.
On that last one, Father, I'm from the Greek Orthodox Church.
Right.
And so we think the third above is the melody.
Really?
Yeah, and that's what we do in our church.
Well, it's interesting because it's clearly in the third tone, which means if that's the case, it would be deliberately put us. That could be.
Well, it's a cancer tradition to add the third above.
Yeah.
Cancer, so they learn that.
Yeah.
And so eventually
And the people love it so much that that's.
the melody.
Yeah. Yeah, but as we're singing this, the chanter singing the psalm verses either will realize himself, or usually if you're working at it, you can keep it up for about 15, 20 verses at a time, and then it starts to sag, and then either I'll notice it, or the chanter of the psalm verses will notice it, and we'll just up it about a third. And we'll take from his voice and continue on.
A warning on the second stats is if you're singing it going up a fifth can be dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Congregation.
Yeah, you go through the.
Father David, you just add the third on really the tone 3 Byzantine or all of it?
No, uniquely it go with that tone 3. No, it wouldn't work with the others.
Okay.
Yes, Elisa.
Can you give us a clue how when you're chanting through the services, when you're changing tones, what happens in your brain to get it there? Yes, amen.
Wow.
Learn them really good.
At the beginning, I know that I was kind of in my mind singing the opening phrase of the melodic pattern. Now it's so automatic. I think that's probably similar to if I'm pitching, if I'm giving the pitch for because we're singing in harmony, I know automatically without thinking about it the pitch that goes with each tone and what whether it's for a stichiron or a troparion.
Great help. Thanks.
Sorry.
Where can we learn that stuff?
But, however, how that it wasn't always that way for me, and how it came was with a lot of hard work and singing the services constantly. That's
Where did you get the copy to sing the services off of?
right, and we have some. In fact, we have a great deal of things that are available, of material written out to music. I saw some more hands. Yes, first John, and then.
I was just going to make a comment. In Byzantine chanting, they use a little introductory thing that chanters use called an apikimot to get yourself into the tone when you're changing tones. And it's something that you memorize for each tone. And when you change tones, you chant very quietly to yourself the apikimot to change tones.
That's right.
I find this sheet to be helpful. Do you have this for the whole set of tones?
There's a number of those that have been done over time. I don't have immediate access to them, but I know there are some available. How many I don't know.
Where do you get them?
I have not used them here myself. The reason why, not that they are very useful. Where I found that aid to be used first was at St. Vladimir Seminary, where I learned the Slavic system of chant called the Bakhmetev, or the Bakhmetev Obikov. We don't use that system here. So the sheets that were made for that aren't of use to us here, and I never made other ones for our primary. The liturgical chant that we use here is the salad bar approach. We use from all sorts of traditions, but the primary system. That's the expression, by the way, of Father Michael Fortunato, who directs the choir for Metropolitan Anthony Bloom's Cathedral in London, the American salad bar approach. A little of this, a little of that. But the primary system that we use here for the day-by-day hymnography is the Kiev chant. It's worked for us. Certainly not the only way to go, but it's the way we...
Now, if we wanted to go about learning that, where would we go to get that so we could start doing it?
You could start by getting the Saturday evening text for Vespers, which we have all written out to music. And they're available.
On the table over there?
Whether they're on the tables, I don't know, but they're certainly available by contacting the office of the church.
Father, are you familiar with a chanters course being proposed by Father David Barr?
No, I'm not.
He's proposing a 2-week program. I just wondered whether you knew of any other training programs for chanters, especially if something
Not
videotaped and brought out.
Not offhand, I don't.
Really?
I mean, if anybody wants to come here and just sing services week after week, that's
Oh, that sounds great.
Thanks,
8-week program, right?
Yeah. Okay, I think it's time for our dinner.
Thank you, Father.
We have to give all this stuff back?
Please pass back. If you want to keep the melodic pattern sheet, go ahead and do it, but all the liturgical materials are not presented for that. Otherwise, we'll have nothing.